Well, guys, thank you so much. Totally undeserving, because if you saw in that last video, there's a whole team that serves as Operation Walk. And again, I want to thank our founders who are sitting at my table and some of the donors that have helped Operation Walk happen. I'm going to be real brief, and I'm going to let Dr. Bashyal do most of the talking, because he's much more of an eloquent speaker than I am, and he's funny and all that kind of stuff. So, briefly, I was an Eagle Scout. Yes, I still am an Eagle Scout. And I think that's what led me to pursue this pathway of doing Operation Walk, figuring out a way to give back. So that's, I think, part of my background was the scouting, which led me to be standing here today undeservedly. I don't have much time, so I'm going to point out one part of scouting which I think is kind of important. Simple idea, the merit badge. How beautiful is the merit badge? It's a simple idea that leads to goal production. You pursue, and small goals lead to larger goals. And what this does, as the video showed earlier, that this helps a young scout acquire life skills, self-confidence, and develop a sense of identity. These small goals, again, lead to accomplishing larger goals. Now, for the adults in the room, I think we should all consider setting up our own personal merit badges. Personal awareness of ourselves and our community should be a lifelong pursuit. Come up with an idea to be your own pursuit of a merit badge. If we can find ways to reach out and give back to the world, both in and out of our own zip codes, I think the world will be a better place. So let's all try to come up with some merit badges for the rest of the world. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Scott. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for this honor and privilege. Scott, you're too kind with your words. I don't have any jokes on this one. But I will say, JP, and we need better headgear. I had a bandana underneath my own. I was trying to represent our health system, and need a little bit of headgear this year, okay? Please, thank you. I'm taking it to the top now. I really want to thank you all for this honor. It's a privilege to be here tonight. Dave, thank you for the introduction. Scott, thank you for sharing this honor with me. You're both far more deserving of this than I am or ever will be. And I hope both of you know just how much you mean to me. I look up to the both of you as husbands, fathers, men, surgeons, and humanitarians. If I can accomplish half as much as either of you in my lifetime, I will consider it a life well lived. Thank you both. I have been around the world with our team and Dave and Scott, and I will tell you those two gentlemen are the best of the best. I've been with Scott in the operating room for 15 years now, and could not ask for a better partner and friend. So thank you both for sharing this with me. JP, I see you there in the wings. Thank you for sharing your night with us. As the CEO of a large multi-billion-dollar healthcare system, you have a lot on your plate. There's things like revenue, overhead, margins, budgets. These things loom large as you do your job and make critical decisions. That's tough in any industry, but it's really hard in medicine. It gives me so much joy, comfort, and pride that my leader, my CEO, has values rooted in scouting that are aligned with my own, and that things like profitability and KPIs never come before our God-given duty to care for those around us, especially those that are vulnerable, infirm, and in need. Your values shine through not only in the words that you say, but in the actions that you take, and your entire team follows your lead. And that makes me so proud to be a part of our organization. Thank you for all you do, and Jason for what you do as well. I'm really proud to be a part of Endeavor. Now, I never quite made it to Eagle Scout, but I was a member of Troop 16 in Oak Park, where I grew up. And while I was a scout, I learned the scouting oath, the law, and the motto. But it turns out we also have a scouting slogan. Do you know what that is? I won't put you on the spot, I think I heard it. But the slogan is, do a good turn daily. And it really struck me, that resonates with OpWalk Chicago. Dave's done a great job of showing what we do, but I think you can see the parallels. We're service-driven organizations. We realize that to give is better than to receive. And there's this core value that's the same. But as I thought about that slogan, do a good turn daily, I asked myself, why? Why do a good turn daily? For me, the answer is pretty simple. We have an obligation to do so. This is not a question of kindness or goodwill, but rather a duty that I think is almost holy in its ordination. And I'll try to explain why I feel that way. When we go to Nepal, we take care of patients with nothing. And their disabilities often render them unable to work. And if you can't work, you can't live. It's that straightforward. You can't work, you can't eat, you and your family starve. That's it. And I kind of joke around here. I have some patients here in the audience tonight, and I say, here, we save lifestyles. And those are important lifestyles. Get back to your job. Get back to playing golf. Get back to playing with your grandkids. So we're going to save your lifestyle here. I can do that. But when we go to Nepal, we save lives. And to me, when you first start doing this, the impact on the patients is sort of the first thing you think about. I'm going to go and help these patients. And that's obvious. These are easy things to see. These people have nothing and you're able to give them something. And then you sort of transfer to saying, well, I'm not just helping the patients, I'm helping to grow a system. But what I realize is the most important thing that we do is that we help other Americans become true global good citizens. Okay, that's the most important thing that we do. And there's never been a time that's more critical. And when we go, I'm not worried that our volunteers, who their biggest trip out of the country might have been Mexico for spring break, I'm not worried about them not understanding what we're doing for the patients. They're going to see that. That's really obvious. But every time we go, we have an orientation. I say, guys, look out the window of the bus as we drive to this hospital every single morning. Look around you. If you are born the son of a shoe shiner on the streets of Kathmandu, Nepal, your lot in life likely is to die a shoe shiner on the streets of Kathmandu. How many Picassos, Da Vinci's, Beethovens have died, lived a life, and never had a chance to show who they could be? And why? Why is there this inequity? Scholars and theologians have all tried to explain this. The best that I can do to make sense of all of this, to kind of live with this, is to give back. And this really struck me and one day when I was actually operating with Scott. And in medicine we have something called a chief complaint, which is like the line that the patient gives you when they come in. So here it's like, my knee hurts, I've had a lot of shots, I can't play golf. This guy's chief complaint was, my house fell on me during the earthquake, I broke my hip, they tried to fix it, it failed, and now I can't work and my family's starving to death. And as I sat there doing this surgery with Scott, doing a hip replacement on this guy, it really struck me that this guy's not under my knife because he didn't try hard enough or because he didn't take advantage of every opportunity he was given. He's there because of this cosmic imbalance, whatever you want to call it. We live in the United States of America, which is the greatest country in the world. It is. We have inequities and challenges to address, no question. But on the whole, by virtue of being born here, which we really didn't do anything to get, I just kind of showed up. I was born in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I didn't do anything to make that happen. I moved to Chicago when I was 2, so I'm not a Minnesotan. Good for better or worse. I'm a Chicago guy. But we have a leg up on the rest of the world just by that fact. And to me, we must honor this good fortune, this privilege, this good luck, whatever you want to call it. We have to honor it every single day. And as I look out at the audience today, I would venture to say that most of us have more than our fair share of good luck and good fortune in our lives. And we must each do all that we can to honor this. I look at this award not as a compliment to me, but as a reminder to me that I must do all that I can every day to pay back this karmic or cosmic debt, and really a call to action for all of us to remember our good fortune and to do our duty to the world. And as the motto says, or as the slogan says, do a good thing daily. Do a good turn daily. Thank you for this honor, and God bless each and every one. Thank you.